Hey everyone, Jessica Payne here for this week's Casual Friday. Happy Friday. It's going into the weekend here in Los Angeles. So I'm going to keep today's really quick because I don't know about you, but it's been a crazy week. A lot of prosperity and abundance, but a lot of crazy energy. So I'm going to go outside and enjoy the sun while it is still up. The question this week comes from Kristen here in Los Angeles, actually, and it was a great question. She asked, and she uses Facebook predominantly. So she asked, how can I make sure that my Facebook updates appear more often in other people's feed? And I think that's really important because, as you know, we're all sort of competing for the same attention span. And real estate on feeds, basically the way it goes is the more people that join Facebook and use Facebook, the more competition, basically. And you've probably heard of a buzzword or a phrase out there called Facebook's algorithm. So I'll go in a little bit to detail about that. But essentially, Facebook keeps improving, in quotes, their algorithm so that marketers and advertisers can't kind of game the system. And I think that in the DNA of that decision, I think it's good, it's ethical. Essentially what they want to make sure is that through their constant changing of the rules around the Facebook feed, no one can actually start dominating another person's feed. But on the flip side of that, what you may have noticed is that your friends might not see your updates anymore, or your followers might seem to be missing your Facebook page updates. So an indicator of that might be your numbers have dropped in your engagement, or people don't seem to notice or respond to your promotions. And that's a huge frustration. I share it too. And that's all thanks to Facebook's algorithm. So here are a couple of rules of thumb for you, Kristen, and anyone else who might have noticed that their updates from their page or their profile are kind of gone missing. Essentially, you can't game the system, but here's what you can do that trigger Facebook's algorithm to understand and appreciate your content so that it then pushes it more on your behalf. Things like, obviously, the more you post, the more consistent you are with posting, that helps because the more people see it and engage, that shows Facebook that your content is of value. You might want to try a trick that is, use different types of media, meaning not just posting updates in text or always just posting an image. Try linking to a video, or Facebook loves when you link to third-party articles or third-party websites. Basically, if you link somewhere that has a ton of traffic already, like, I don't know, the Wall Street Journal or, I don't know, Disney's website, there's a lot of traffic back and forth, and folks are more apt to actually click on the link and read it, or to stop and read it. Facebook recognizes all of that behavior. So post consistently. Use a different type of media in terms of what you're using. So use imagery, use video, try Facebook Live. All of these go into your posts. Another thing that you might want to do is instead of just posting an image with no context or just linking to an article, write something in there. Try to populate as much as you can in your Facebook posts. So for example, if you just got back from a hiking trip, in your post, instead of just posting one picture, why not post an album or put captions in the photos, and include a little call to action up top. Anything that can kind of get your followers to engage more. Again, at the end of the day, Facebook recognizes content that people are engaging with. And another cool thing is, you've probably noticed it. Let's say one of your friends gets married or announces the birth of a child. All of a sudden you'll see that immediate post come up, and then a couple days you might actually see the post come up again in your feed. And that's because Facebook has recognized a ton of people have interacted with this content. They're still interacting with it, so they're going to push it up to you again. So that's actually really good. So Kristen, your last tip is, if you have, if you're running something for your business, if you have a moment in time or an event where people tend to gather around or interact with your content, try to take advantage of it and see if you can kind of follow up with a post. So again, at the end of the day, Facebook is looking for content that people engage with. Sadly, not every single one of our posts are going to be seen by people who've actually chosen to follow us, but hopefully these ideas will give you some starting points in terms of trying to get more people to interact with your content. One other thing you can do if you're low on followers, is don't forget about other social media channels and reminding people that you are here on Facebook as well. So that does it for me. Again, the question was, how do I get my Facebook content to appear more often in other people's feeds? Or that's at least the paraphrase version of it, and that was for Kristen here in Los Angeles. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet. That was me. I'm Jessica Payne. Thank you for watching. I might actually move these to earlier in the day so more people can view live, but you guys have been sending me some nice emails and private messages, so I'm glad. This was Casual Fridays. Every Friday I answer your social media questions and keep it to social media, but I'm actually opening it up because I got one question last week that was about branding, and I know here in Los Angeles and other big cities, personal branding is increasingly of interest. So I'm still going to do Casual Fridays. I am going to prefer social media questions, but if you have a brand question, whether it's marketing or branding or website, ask me that too. Maybe I can answer. All right, so thanks everyone for watching. Have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye.